Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 24. Today we're going to cover the differences between island, isle, and islet. Yeah, this is one where students will sometimes ask me what's the difference between these three, because they all are related to an island. So let's look at the first one, and the first one is, of course, island. This is the most common one. This is the one that you'll be using the far majority of the time. This is the general one. An area of land totally surrounded by water. Right? That's basically its meaning. Most of you should know this already. Let's just cover a quick few examples. Tahiti is an island in the South Pacific. Very good. Aristotle Onassis married Jackie Kennedy on a Greek island that he owned. Yes, it was very famous a long time ago. Remember, Jackie Kennedy used to be the original wife of John F. Kennedy before he died. All right, let's, probably most of our concentration for this article should be on isle. Because if you know isle, then you'll probably know the difference between all three pretty easily. Isle, now the meaning is an island. It's exactly the same as island, as far as meaning is concerned. But usage is a completely different story. But first, before we even cover that, let's take a quick look at pronunciation. The pronunciation of isle is the same as the words isle and isle. Yeah, a lot of times when students are reading this, if they come across it for the first time, they are a little unsure how to pronounce it. It looks a little like Isle or Isley or something like that. And to be honest, it is kind of surprising that it is pronounced isle. And often to try to help them remember how to pronounce it as isle, I will point this out because this is unusual that we have three different words that are all pretty common with three different spellings, three completely different meanings, but the same pronunciation. So I often tell them, in order to help you remember isle, isle is pronounced the same way as isle, like I will, the contraction between I will, isle, and aisle, like the aisle in a supermarket or the aisle in a movie theater, that sort of aisle. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at the usage of this word. The word isle simply means an island, but its usage is very limited. Yet we don't use it a lot. It is mainly used in the names of some islands and in poetry. That covers most of it. The word isle is almost never used in informal everyday speech. Yeah, I never hear anyone say, oh, I want a vacation on a tropical isle. They don't say that. Or, yes, I visited that isle. No, they don't say that. That doesn't come up at all. Nobody ever talks about wanting to go to an isle or that they've been at an isle. This would always be island, island, island. Okay, so again, when do we use it? All right. Here are some common examples of isle in names. All right, this is some of the most common ones that come up. The Greek Isles. You've probably all heard of that before. The Isle of Wight, the Isle of Man. You know, both of them are in the UK. The British Isles. The Isle of Cozumel. These are just some of the most common ones that you do hear come up with the word isle in the name. Okay. Let's see. All right. So the word isle is especially used in poetry because it is much easier to rhyme than island. Yeah, you could try to imagine if you're a poet and you're writing a poem, you want to say island, but island is kind of hard to rhyme with it. So isle would be a perfect substitute. And I don't know, I've heard some people say it might be used in formal literature, but I haven't come across it that much. So the two main uses to really concentrate on is in the name of some islands and indefinitely used in poetry as well. Okay, and the last one that we should look at is islet. Remember, anytime you have words that end in like let or et or ette, usually has something to do with something being small, and that's the case here. So an islet is a small island. We don't see it as much as island. Just once in a while we come across this word islet. And here I gave you an example that islet is rocky and uninhabited. Yeah, maybe it's just a small area of several hundred feet that sticks out of a river. Might not have much usage. Some islets, could have some use, but basically they are all very small. So that's what we mean by an islet. All right, so again, just quickly review. Island is your most common use. This is what you're using all the time. Isle, of course, it is more formal. Remember how to pronounce it. That it's pronounced like isle and isle. And again, its usage is mostly in the names of islands and in poetry. And islet simply means a small island. Well, I hope that clarifies it for you. Thank you very